Guys. Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel of Let's Create Something Original. In today's video, what I'm gonna be showing you is how to make the Brazilian carrot cake. As you can see, I've got carrots, I've got eggs, my 4 eggs, I've got my baking powder, I've got my oil, my sugar, and I've got my flour in a bag which I will measure. Alright, so I'm gonna show you. Please take along right until the end, and let me show you how the Brazilian cake actually taste. Okay, you can't taste it, but at least how it should look. Alright, firstly, I'm gonna explain to you that you will need three medium carrots, which should be grated. If you want, you could chop it because it will be going in the blender, which I'm gonna show you in a minute. Now, three medium carrots should give you 260 grams, right? Because when it comes to carrots, not all are the same. As you can see, not all are the same or even weigh the same. So if you have this cute baby here, or you can get it somewhere, maybe a second hand, please do. It comes very handy sometimes, right? So I've already measured it here. This is 260. If it maybe comes to 261, 262, it's all right, because measurements are not very easy to get it certain, right? Number two, eggs. Our eggs should be 4 eggs and should be at least this medium. All right. Now, when it comes to eggs, if you have small eggs, you could always use 5 or 6 eggs. Remember, putting more eggs will never make your cake bad. Alright, it will just help it. For example, these are baby eggs right here. Not baby, but small chickens basically produce this, right? So if you have small eggs, please use 5 or 6. Here I'm just gonna use exactly 4 because or maybe I will add, but the correct amount is 4 eggs. 2 cups of flour, which I will measure and serve it for you to show you. Remember, when you serve your flour, it always gives it that fluff and it makes it light as well. So sugar, you will need a cup of sugar, and I'm gonna be using my 250 ml cup, right? I'm gonna need 1 cup of sugar. I will need half a cup of oil, and I'm gonna need 2.5 of flour. Now, when it comes to flour, please try and use flour which has no yeast, right? Flour which has no yeast. It will basically rise better. Now, sometimes people say, but then this cake didn't come out nice or whatever. Firstly, let me tell you something. When you're making a cake, especially a cake or food, someone will give you the recipe. The first time it might not come right. The second time you go back and you look at your notes or you look at your video, you'll see where maybe you have made a mistake or where you put less. And number 2, please make sure that your baking powder, is valid. Please make sure that it is valid. As you can see, mine, here's it here. Just give me 1 minute. Right, make sure that it is I want to check. I think I've got the wrong one here, so I've already bought one right one. Please make sure that your baking powder is correct, it is valid, because your cake will not rise if this is not right. Your flour too, make sure that the date is correct. All right, so I've got my mixer here. Because the carrot cake is a big cake. Meaning it comes out in big amounts, and it needs space, right? So I'm gonna use this machine second, but firstly I'm gonna start with my blender, and mind you, your normal blender in the kitchen. And I'm gonna show you, just 1 minute, I'm gonna show you about your pan. All right, now this is the pan that you will use. Please pay attention. It's quite big if you're looking at it. Basically, if you have a big pan at home, use it. Use it. Now, a little bit of advice. Please do not use the pan that you would use for pudding, to give that cute, beautiful shape, or your small round pan. Please do not, because carrot cake is such that it needs space. It likes to expand and it likes space. So please do that. If you're gonna use a small pan because you're after the shape, it might destroy the cake, right? So try and use something which is quite big for your cake to expand, right, on its own. All right, so take along. I'm gonna break my eggs, right, and I will show you what happens. Remember guys, I wanted to show you the date here, and I realized that it's wrong, and I was quite upset because I was sure that I bought the right baking powder. Then this is what I actually bought, which is the same thing guys. It's baking powder, and I'm gonna show you. You can't really see, but it's 2019 that it will expire. Please make sure your flour, things like this, are in order, right? Okay guys, so I already broke my 4 eggs. Remember, if you have small eggs, you can use 5 or 6 eggs. Will never make your cake bad, right? I've got my sugar. I'm gonna pour everything: sugar, my eggs. This is how things are done in other countries. Where I come from, I've never seen a cake being made or eggs being beaten in a kind of this beater, right? I mean, I know people use this, but this is your daily thing. Can I just open this oil? Just 1 minute. One of the most beautiful things about food is that it doesn't matter how you make things, right? Everywhere else it's different. It could be lemon cake, a lemon cake. It could be what cake. Everybody makes it different, but I tell you, delicious. Right, so I've got that. And now I'm gonna beat everything. My hands are washed, mind you. So now I'm gonna beat it for a while, just until my eggs are good. Right, now when baking liquids, you always start with the liquids. Let me just insert my machine, close it. I'm gonna have to be silent because of the noise, but I will show you. One of my children is banging the door, and then she says it's okay, there's no need. Okay, let me see, this is my egg. I'm gonna give it maybe 5 seconds more. Remember, these are all my liquids. Remember, sometimes people use butter instead of oil. You can, that's melted butter. But oil works wonders actually for that. Okay, you could say 10 seconds. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add my carrots, right? Sorry. Just gonna show you. This is how it would go. Remember, 260 grams of grated carrots. If you want, you can chop your carrots, but you will still have to throw them in a machine. You will still, I've never seen such a beautiful cake, you guys. I'm talking about color wise, tasty wise. Again, where I come from, people usually just grate the carrots. Nobody puts it in a machine. That's what I'm talking about when I say one of the beautiful things about traveling and seeing the different ways of cooking is because everybody does everything so different. You understand? And yet, because it's food, food makes people happy, you know, you enjoy. So that's how it looks now. To beat my carrots, remember when you beating your eggs in the beginning like how I did, that should be maybe a good 20 seconds. I'm talking about the oil, I'm talking about your oil, sugar, eggs. That should be exactly 20 seconds, right? Then you pour your carrots and give it more, maybe 2 minutes. 2 minutes, exactly 2 minutes, until everything is beautiful and grated. Yes, I mean blended. Yes, it does look very orange, but our flour is gonna dilute that fast in a little bit, right? Just let me pour this. Need to open my machine. Just gonna do this so that you could see. I need to open my machine, and this is what you will use. There are other blenders, but this is like the egg blender. Gonna pour that inside everything. I think I'm gonna take out my bowl just so that I could do this. I'm gonna try and take everything out. If you have a rubber of this is plastic, it's not working very nice. If you have rubber, use it. It has a good way of mopping the whatever you're doing, the paste. So that is all I'm just gonna do. And there we go. It's done. There is it in here. So I'm gonna put my thing back, and and I'm gonna connect my machine. I will show you. What I'm gonna do first is I want to serve my flour, right? I want to serve my flour. It always makes it beautiful and fluffy to do that. Alright. I'm gonna show you just now. 2.5 cups of flour. 1, 2 and half, you could say. Okay, you put it there. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna serve my flour just so that everything is fluffy, beautiful and light, and you will see that in a minute. Beautiful. And now when you're gonna start pouring your flour, please make sure that your stove is on. Put it at 180 to warm everything. How long should your cake be cooked or baked? 40 minutes. 40 minutes. You know what you do, or one of the best tricks is to always take a fork and just dig. If that fork comes out clean and light, then everything is done. Okay, my machine. Let me see. Is my machine on? No, it's not. Let me do that. Oopsie, 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 oopsie. Okay. I'm gonna drop my machine. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start putting my flour little by little. The machine is quite small, you guys. I never realized. So just 1 minute. Just 1 minute. This is what I'm gonna do. Alright. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take my spoon and I'm gonna do that. Alright. So, because I'm finding it a bit hard. Right. So now I did not put my flour all. I'm gonna beat it. Remember, this is what you are doing. Right. You see, I'm still gonna put it in the machine. I just wanna help it. My flour is not yet all gone. And I'm gonna put it back. Okay, there's a little bit of mess here. You know, now it's dripping. Okay, I'm gonna put my thing back, my pot, and I'm gonna beat it for at least 4 minutes. I'm gonna beat it for at least 4 minutes, right? So this is what is happening. Look at that color, it's so beautiful. It's an orange cake, but obviously this is carrots. Beat it for at least 4 to 5 minutes. 4 to 5 minutes. You could even do it on 2.5. It's okay. 4 to 5 minutes, because it just helps the flour, right? Now I know what you're thinking. You did not put the baking powder. Well, I'm gonna show you that. It's a little trick that I've learned. I'm gonna show you that, right? About 4 to 5 minutes. until everything looks good. Done. Now I'm gonna show you something, guys. Let me just get this flour off. Okay. The whole idea is just to get my flour off, you guys. Okay, we good. Because he's gonna do the drip job, this is what I would normally do. Now this is my flour or my paste, my dough, beautifully mixed. And guys, it is heavy, so although it's good, but it's a bit heavy. I'm not sure. Okay, what I'm gonna do is, I'm not sure if I should put one more egg. Now I'm gonna show you the baking powder. Alright, this is how the baking powder is done. I don't know if you can see, but this is basically how it's done. You use a lid, and the Portuguese people say generoso, meaning don't be shy. Give that, give the basically like that. Right, mind you, it's right at the end, I know. Right, so now I'm just gonna mix everything nicely. And yes, I did put it right at the end, guys. Just mixing my thing very well, just making sure got everything. Okay, and now I'm gonna pour. Alright, now I'm gonna pour. I think it's okay. It's I think it is okay, you guys. Alright, and now I'm gonna put my cake in the stove for exactly 40 minutes or 45, because you know how the cake works. You will have to put a fork just to make sure. So there's everything, and yeah, try and get all my cake, all of it, all my paste, and I think we're good. Just gonna try and lay my cake. Gonna try and lay my cake. Yes. I'm not really sure, you guys. There's it. I'm just gonna do this to level it. Just gonna do this to level my cake, and that's how it looks. Alright.